In Burkina Faso, well, the leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, has been making the news almost everywhere, making the news. And football also has its share. So, yes, I'll tell you about what Captain Traore has been doing in Burkina Faso with football in perspective. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so welcome back. Thanks as always for watching the video. So let me get straight into it. And this man, Captain Traore, is a man who loves his sports. He loves his sports, especially football. I'm sure you've seen the pictures like this where he was playing football with some legends of African football. And there's even been other pictures where he played football with other people. But even apart from football, he's a strong supporter of Burkina Faso sports, with him cheering on for a lot of Burkina Faso athletes who made it in the world. Someone like this guy who won an international competition, or even Zango, who is a triple jumper for Burkina Faso, who has a lot of support from the leader. But with football in perspective, well, there was a problem for Burkina Faso. So since 2021, they had never played any game at home. So all their home games was being played away, either in Morocco or another country. And that's simply because in 2021, the home stadium for Burkina Faso, the Stade Traore, was banned on playing games at home because it was in a bad condition. The condition was not fit for them to host national team football. So in that same year, 2021, the government who was in power at the time awarded a contract of about 15 billion francs CFA, which would translate to about 23 or 22 million dollars, to a company to sort of construct or lead their progress to renovate the stadium. And that was in 2021. Fast forward 2 years later, renovation works were completed and CAF was invited to come and inspect so they can approve Burkina Faso to play their games back at home in 2023. But when a team of CAF experts reached there and they did the inspection, they were surprised because not a lot had changed about the stadium and it was still not fit to host the national team stadium. At this point, $23 million had been spent. Public money, government money had been spent to try and renovate the stadium. And the place was still not fit to host the game. So something had to be done. And investigations were run to ensure or to look into what really happened as to why the stadium couldn't really be pass fit. And the findings were wild. So apparently there was a lot of corrupt and fraudulent activities involved in the process, like overspending, overcharging for certain activities rendered, even how the contract was even awarded. Everything about it was fraudulent. So in short, the amount of money which was supposed to be used for the project was not really used for the project. So it was shoddy work done in the end. And it was the national team who was suffering because right from 2023, they played every single home game away from home, which also means that the country had to spend more money to send the team to other countries to go and train there, to go and play there, which is a lot of money from the Burkina Faso taxpayers' money going into the national team because that initial $23 million was mismanaged by, that is, the government in power at the time. So this was it was a very scandalous act which had some public officials being indicted in the process. Even the sports minister at the time was even indicted in the process because it was huge, scandalous act. But then there was a new sort of renovation process which had to take place, this time under the supervision of Captain Ibrahim Traore, the leader of the country. And about 2 years later, less than 2 years later, this is the final work done. The new stadium for Burkina Faso, the Stade Traore Stadium, which is expected to be completed in June of, that is, 2025. So that's what they are saying here, the new stadium. These are different parts of the stadium, how it's looking, the pitch here, dressing rooms, other parts in the stadium, washrooms, everything intact. It's not fully completed though. As you can see from this picture of the pitch, it's not really fully completed. It's still in the process of getting completed. And then the expected completion date is June of 2025. And the next Burkina Faso home game is against Egypt. That's in September 2025 in the World Cup qualifiers. They still have a slight hope of making it to the World Cup. So that will come at a huge advantage to the country if they can really play that next game at home. And if they really are able to make it to the World Cup, a lot of reasons will be because they finally were able to play their games at home since 2021, 4 years in the making. So yes, there you have it. The impact on Burkina Faso football under their new leader. And they are now having or about to have fully functional stadium for the national team to play their games at home, for the fans or the people of Burkina Faso so to also get to watch their national team in Burkina Faso in their home stadium, which will also, of course, bring a lot of revenue for businesses and everything, which revolves around football and around the national team. So there you have it, the new updates with Burkina Faso. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all this.